Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel this week. As you can see, I changed locations. I usually film in my dining room slash ironing room at my counter or my island in my kitchen, but then today I just felt lazy and just wanted to chill. I've been running around all day, went to church and went and ran some errands, and it's super hot in Florida, so I'm ready to just hang out. But today I wanted to do a video on one reason why I feel like relationships don't work out nowadays. It's 2019 and you would think that we would have certain things perfected, but at the same time it just seems like relational issues just keep getting worse. And I think that the divorce rate is doing a little bit better. I don't know, and two, it just depends on what kind of statistics you put your trust in as well. So I just want to talk about one reason why I feel like relationships don't work out, and I feel like I just kind of had an epiphany about this last week, and I wrote it down. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to do a video on it the next weekend because I already had something planned for last week. So stay tuned. I really do think that this is an important issue that people really might have revelation about as well. So I hope that you will subscribe to my channel and also share this video with someone, because like I said, you never know what other people are going through. So if someone's scrolling through, they might need this message on your social media. So definitely stay tuned for one big, huge revelation about why relationships don't work in 2019. The other day, I was just thinking about things in general. I'm always thinking about things with me and my current boyfriend, but also I think about things in past relationships, things I don't want to repeat, things that, you know, maybe I see in my current boyfriend that I saw in past relationships, or the really good things that I see in him versus the things that, you know, were really bad with other people. So a couple days ago, or last week or so, I just started thinking about how it just seems like a lot of relationships don't work out. And I just constantly, you know, on television and just from friends and different stuff like that, you know, you're always hearing about people breaking up. I was just at brunch on Saturday, and one girl was talking about how she broke up with her boyfriend because it seemed like maybe they were going in two different directions at the time. And, you know, maybe they'll come back together later, but right now it feels like, you know, there's kind of like a disconnect. And so it's like all around me all the time, you know, I'm hearing about breakup stories, and you know, I've had my own breakups, you know, 1,001. And so, which is why I started my channel, just to kind of talk about these relational issues in relation to, you know, our walk with God and our relationship with God and how it affects our relationship. So it's a really big thing that I think that a lot of people just kind of miss, or maybe talk about but don't really take to heart, is the fact that I think a lot of people in relationships nowadays want to have the good parts of a relationship but don't want to stick around for the bad parts. And it sounds really simple and it sounds like, well, you know, that makes sense or whatever, but at the same time, like, really sit there and think about it and analyze that with your relationship, with your boyfriend, with your husband, with your wife, with your girlfriend, whoever. Is like, really analyze if you feel like they're the type of person that will take the good with the bad for you, because you don't want to be with somebody that's only around for the good times. You want to have somebody that is going to be there for you in tough times, that's going to pray for you, that's going to stand up for you, that's going to have your back. You know, as long as you're right. and behind closed doors, they need to have your back even if you're wrong. You know, like, you guys talk about that and it's like, okay, you're wrong, babe, but you know what? I'm gonna have your back, you know, in front of people or whatever. But behind closed doors, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong, you know? So that kind of a relationship, because that's, I think, how it's supposed to be. And we're supposed to be helpmates and help each other get through things and work through things, analyze things, process things, you know? And I think it's really important to have that partnership and have that teamwork. And so what I feel like I found in some of my past relationships, and maybe I think that other people see in theirs, is that things are good when they're good, but they're bad when they're bad, because it's like you might not have somebody that's around for the ups and downs, and there's going to be that. It's not always going to be every day I feel, you know, madly in love with you and I get those goosebumps and that ooey gooey feeling every time I see you. Like, there's going to be some days where it's like, I don't really even know if I want to look at you today. I mean, there's gonna be those days, but it's like, you know, in your heart and in your spirit, you love that person, you would do everything for them, but at the same time, I mean, there's some times where you can't stand your partner, and I think that that's healthy as long as you never fall out of love with them, as long as you never stop having that, you know, ooey gooey feeling for them, you know, altogether. I mean, if you stop that completely, then that's, you know, a huge red flag. But I think that, you know, you should always at least be able to come back to the things that you love about them, and those are the reasons why you stay, and you're going to continue to work on things, because there's absolutely not going to be anyone ever that's going to be perfect. There's not anybody that's going to fit into your mold. There's not going to be anybody that fits into your complete type, because they might be, you know, physically fitting into your type, but then mentally they're not, or they're mentally fitting into your type and physically they're not. And it's like, what's most important to you? You know, you go down your list of priorities and what's most important to you. You know, do you want the person to have a good heart, to be God-fearing, to be able to, you know, stand up with you in the good and the bad times, you know, for you guys to be able to stand together and pray about situations, for you guys to be on the same page, for you guys to have the same goals, for you guys to be going in the same direction in life. So I think that a lot of people maybe just don't realize in relationships, maybe they're even doing it. And I hate to pick on men, and I try really hard to kind of be neutral in my videos, but at the same time, being a woman and feeling like men have just not always done me right, I feel like, you know, I can empathize with other women that feel the same way. Is that I think a lot of the time with men, they kind of want to have all the highs, but then they don't want to stick around for the lows. They don't want to stick with you when you're fat and pregnant and ugly, or like when you're just being unlovable mentally, like, you know, it's your time of the month, or, you know, they have to help you through grief or work drama or financial problems or like whatever. Just, you know, there's so many things that kind of tear a couple apart. You know, all the good times, you know, they're good, but then when there's rough patches, the person, you know, gets distant, and, you know, they kind of want to shy away because they don't know how to handle your emotions, or they don't know how to comfort you, and, you know, instead they just retreat. I think that a lot of men that aren't in touch with their feelings can't be in touch with someone else's feelings. And so, I mean, I could be wrong, but I just feel like I've seen these things. So, you know, all I can base information on is my experiences, but I do feel like, and I know that it works both ways, but I do feel like definitely with men that they want to be around while it's good, but then when there's tough things, or, you know, when maybe they're falling a little bit out of love with you because of whatever's gone on or something's changed the relationship, sometimes they just can't stick it out, and that's not a good quality. I mean, that's definitely something that everybody has to come to terms with, or you're gonna miss out on some really great people. I mean, you're gonna miss out possibly on the one that God has for you if you don't take the time to realize that you have to take the good with the bad. You have to prioritize and say, okay, well, here's this person in front of me. They are great over here, but over here they have a couple things. Can I live with them? Hey, it's okay if you can't live with them, but just know that if they were the 80-20, you know, and then you go and get somebody that's 20 when you had 80 over here, that's your business and that's your fault. So you just have to think about that. But I mean, if you look at it and say, okay, 20% over here of things that I don't like, 80% of the things that I love, you know, it's just, people have to go into a relationship knowing that it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be work. You're not always going to feel that ooey gooey feeling, but yes, you should always love them, and you should make a conscious decision to love someone and stick things out with people. And that's a lot of the reason why divorces happen, because people don't make the conscious decision every single day. I don't care, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. I'm going to love this person, and I've chosen to marry them. I've chosen to be with them, and it is a choice that I have to continually make. I can make a choice to not love them. I can make a choice to walk out that door, you know, or I can make a choice that I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna do my part, and I'm gonna hope and encourage and pray that this person does theirs as well, and not just run and retreat because things might start to get a little bit bad, or, you know, you might have to put in a little bit extra work. That's just relationships. I mean, that's how it is. It's supposed to be 50-50. When I'm down, you should be able to help me up. When I'm up, I should be, you know, helping you if you're down, and it's just reciprocal. So simple, yes, you know, obviously we should all be doing our part, and, you know, obviously we should understand that people aren't perfect, and you would think that that would be enough for people to understand in relationships. And in 2019, people would be getting married more. There should be less divorces, because people should be able to not be so self-centered and understand this relationship thing once and for all so that they work. But it's just not the case. So here we are. But I hope that you guys got something out of this video. I really feel like it's just something important that we're constantly evaluating ourselves. And that's definitely what God's shown me over the last 12 months, that I need to be evaluating myself and my feelings, and I am only in control of me. And I'm never gonna change anybody else, and you shouldn't worry about changing anybody else. If they're not who they need to be when they walk into your life or where they need to be, I feel like that's a red flag, because I feel like when God has sent you the one, it's just gonna be like you guys just gel and you mesh. And, you know, not to say like, for instance, you know, if you have, you're dating somebody and they're still in college, you're graduated, you know, X amount of years ago. Okay, that's fine, but they're working towards their goal, and you guys are, you know, going to be able to work towards goals together. You know, that's completely different. As long as somebody's actively working towards their goals, then yeah, you rock with them. I'm not saying you're always going to be in the same exact place, but I don't think God's going to put somebody broken and somebody that just is confused, doesn't know where their life is going, they don't have any direction, they don't have any guidance. You are not responsible for being that guidance. I'm going to tell you that today. You're just not. And I'm also going to tell you that if that person does not have their life together, that is not who God is sending you. Because if you're praying, you've done everything you can for yourself, and, you know, you have yourself in a good space, in a good place, and there's just, I feel like personally, and I can't obviously speak for God, so this is just my humble personal opinion, that I feel like God's not going to send a broken person to a whole person, because then that person could corrupt. It's like bad fruit. So just look at it in that kind of context. But anyways, I say every week I'm gonna do like a 5-minute video, and every week my videos are like 10, 15, 20 minutes long. So in closing, and please share these videos, because I'm a small growing YouTube channel, and so, you know, I really won't have any exposure unless you guys share my videos and like and comment, and YouTube boosts my videos up and things like that. So please do that, and also give me a video a thumbs up. That helps as well. I hope that you guys got something out of this. Please leave me a comment below if you did, and share your experiences or your thoughts. Maybe you hated the video, maybe you think I have no idea what I'm talking about. That's fine too. So anyways, I will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.